I do this one because if you're doing one side, he's gonna, it's gonna get lopsided. So I just want to do both sides. All right. Next one. So cranial nerve 5 and 6 is the biceps brachii. I'm gonna have him make a fist if he wants to, and he can pull back towards himself, and I'm gonna resist. Good. So basically, a lot of times I'll explain, tell them what I'm doing, demonstrate for them. They do it. That's great. C6 a little bit more. I'm going to have you put your hands like this. I'm going to push down, you push up, brachioradialis. Testing it, you can really see it popping out on his forearm right there. A little bit more C6, C5 and 6.
We had a question come up about brachioradialis. Does it also do wrist flexion?
It doesn't, but the reflex, even though you're hitting, sometimes you'll get a little bit of that. That's something you look for, even though it is not the brachioradialis doing that action, right? It's a extensor carpi muscle doing it. But you're right on top of that tendon is what you're hammering. So technically with that tendon reflex, you're going to get a little elbow bending. But when you see that wrist, it's the same innervated muscle too. So good question. And also the supinator, you can also look at that.
That was the other question. So that's not something we're really testing for, but you can.
They're all like right there in the same dime nickel-sized area, so any one of those responses, a little bit of a jerk at the elbow, a little bit of a wrist pop, or a little bit of a supination response is fine for C6, okay? Can you see? Next is C7. We're going to go back to the triceps. I'm going to have him make a fist. Instead of pulling back, he's going to push away. Why do I have him in this position and not this position? It isolates the tricep a little bit more to get him back in that same position, even though it's a little bit weird. So he's going to push out towards me, and I'm going to push back. Notice in all of these tests, I'm stabilizing him too. I don't like to do it independent because he's less stable. I like him to feel comfortable and stabilized. So I'm trying to help him regionally stabilize and really just isolate that muscle test, okay? So another C7 test are the thumbs up, right? Thumb extension. This one you can easily dominate. So we're just going to have him hold his finger up, and you're going to try and resist as you push down. And just looking for that muscle to lock. You're not trying to overwhelm it or, tough to easy to overwhelm. Next is finger extension, another C7 primarily innervated muscle. I'm going to have him finger straight out, and I'm going to push down with my own fingers, match my own pressure, and he pushes up while I push down. Notice I'm stabilizing his wrist to really isolate just the finger extensors. So much more wobbly, a lot more muscles to deal with if I'm not stabilizing that area. Okay? C8, kind of hallucinate, C8, right? Did y'all get my email of his? Okay, good. Squeeze as tight as you can. So basically, if you can't see, we're just squeezing fingers. I'm trying to pry his fingers out while he's trying to resist me prying them out. T1, right, is finger abductors. Again, easy to overwhelm. I'm just going to put my fingers at the base of his fingers. He spreads them wide, and I'm going to try and push him in while he keeps them separated. All right? You'll see that? Too much force if I keep him out near his fingertips. Too easy to overwhelm us. But he's got really super grip too. He can resist. So most people can't. Another T1 is the adductor, thumb adductor. So he's going to try and touch his thumb to the base of his pinky finger, right? And I'm going to try and pry that out. So I'm going to try and lift up. He's doing good. I'm going to try and lift up. And he's doing good. And we've done C5 through T1 pretty easily and quickly. All right? Great test. Muscle weakness is sometimes